Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Starin Barco Town Hall series. We're excited today to have some fun guests for you as we venture into the Barco Click Share series. So thank you for joining us. I have two special guests. As you'll notice, I am pinch hitting today for Mr. Chris Netto. He could not be here today, so I will be your hostess trying to fill his shoes. So wish me luck. I do have two great guests with me, though. First off is Joe Vucic. Am I close, Joe? I'm pretty much brutalizing that.
No, you're close. Vucic.
Joe, why don't you introduce yourself as a newest Starin team member to join us and be our Barco specialist?
Sure. So I'm going to be managing Barco for Starin. Barco's not a mystery to me. I managed them for another distributor for about 2 years, but just about over a month in with Starin, and I'm looking forward to working with all of our wonderful partners. So nice to meet everyone.
That's awesome. Welcome to the team, Joe.
Thank you.
Wait to work with you and Barco and see the fun things that you guys can create. Our other special guest is Jacob Daniels coming to us from Barco. Jacob, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you do it?
Yeah, so I'm the channel development manager for all of Central US. So basically what I do is anytime a new partner wants to get set up, it comes to me. We kind of go through the process. And also I do the trainings for ClickShare as well when it comes to the CCT class, which is a VIX accredited course. And any trainings that need to happen, with your engineers, with your sales, I'll come in and do all of that. And we also, somebody who couldn't make a day, is Scott Grimm, who is our business development manager. He's the guy who heads up all of the end user focus. So from a channel perspective, that's fully what I cover. So if anybody ever has any questions on the ClickShare side, feel free to give me a shout.
Awesome. So this is the special Southern edition. Jacob and Joe are both from Texas. Right now they're in Texas. I'm out of Atlanta, so this will be a very large town hall because everything in Texas is big, right? So we might as well go big with ClickShare. That'll be our goal. Everybody just keep this going. This is your opportunity to talk directly with Barco. So ask your questions. If you would, in the bottom on the right-hand side of your Zoom webinar, you should see a Q&A button. Feel free to throw questions in there. We'll throw them at the guys, get all of your questions answered for you as we talk about the new ClickShare solutions and programs that they have going on. So we look forward to it. Please use your Q&A and we'll be happy to get to all your questions the best we can. Perfect. All right, guys, so let's talk about what's fun and exciting in the world of conferencing right now. I know from my position dealing with a lot of UC and a lot of back to office, I'm hearing a lot of returning to the office in some sort of fashion come that April to June timeframe. Seeing a lot of customers who are looking for solutions and how are they going to get back and how are they going to be the most productive when they get there? Jacob, are you hearing the same thing or what are you seeing on your side?
Yeah, I mean, it's really in the last couple of months, we've seen a big uptick, and especially for us on our deal reg side of larger projects as people are coming back to the office. It's kind of a catch-22 with it. When people come back, it's like, oh, we haven't used this in 2 years. They come in, nothing works. And like, oh, well, now we want to actually upgrade all of this. And now everyone's hustling to try to get everything upgraded. So I kind of feel like that's where we're starting, is people are now going, you know what, it's time to do upgrades. And everybody's kind of coming to the table at once with it, which is awesome. The supply chain crisis that in the world right now doesn't help things as far as the whole project goes. But overall, we are seeing a very big uptick in sales.
Absolutely. I think, even for us, we realized the other day, we have some staff members who have been on board for a year and a half who've never been to the office, which is, had you told me that would happen 5 years ago, I'd have said you were crazy. Today, we're hearing that a lot. We're also hearing a lot about the IT teams are coming back and, things haven't been updated. There's firmwares that are out of date that are causing hiccups, et cetera. And everyone's looking for the quick solution. So I think coming back in, you have a perfect quick solution to help these guys get back and up and running immediately in the ClickShare packages. So can you tell us a little bit about what you've got to offer there?
Yeah, so we'll kind of go through a little bit. One thing on the Barco side that's really nice as far as ClickShare goes is, like we said about the supply chain crisis. That's one thing that on the ClickShare side, we're not actually affected with. We kind of saw the writing on the walls when it was when all the supply chain kind of started going crazy, really. And we have a bunch of chips for the ClickShare. So from a supply chain on the ClickShare, we are fully in stock. So Starin has all of our units in stock. So that, if you order one today, depending on what the shipping time cutoff is, it will ship. So you're not waiting on anything. So from a CX side and from a C series side, everything's in stock. And if no one has seen it yet, if you're not familiar with our CSC product, which was our old product line, some of them are still in distribution, but those are actually end of life as of December. So everything that we have moving forward is C and CX. And I'll say it one more time, is everything is in stock. So that's one thing we can say that a lot of people can't is, if you have a project that you need to do a conference room, we do have ClickShare in stock. And I know Starin has quite a bit of peripherals that we are certified with in stock as well. Which helps you guys able to get projects out the door that maybe you've been sitting on for 12 to 14 weeks, actually waiting on. It could be a cable you're waiting on, it could be a camera. We can at least get you going until if you have other projects that need different gear.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's a critical piece right now too, is being able to help our customer base fulfill jobs right away. There are quite a few products in the UC sector, especially, that are held up due to chip shortages and delays, et cetera. The nice thing with Barco is we are not facing that, along with, and you kind of hinted to it, but your alliance partners, some of the peripherals that go with the conferencing series, those products we also have in stock. So one of the things that Joe certainly can help with, or anybody on our sales team, is getting you a system that can be deployed immediately. And that can be really helpful for those projects as everybody's coming back. So it's a great point. We do have some questions for you, Jacob, real quick. One is, if we're already set up as a Barco dealer, do we need to go through the dealer setup to be able to sell ClickShare?
Good. Yeah, that's a good question. We get that one a lot. So if you'd asked that question a year and a half ago, everyone could have bought it. But we put the brakes on it. And I know it's frustrated some people, but the reason that we put the brakes on it, if you're set up, is every time that I get in a call, if it's a call to explain CX, if ClickShare, the common response is, "Oh, I know ClickShare already. I've been installing it for years." But there's a massive difference in what CX is. The old ClickShare, you don't know the new ClickShare. So, the new ClickShare, there's different ways to set it up. Now that we're adding third-party equipment into it, it changes the game a little bit of how we have to go about setting it up, make sure updates match. And then also there's, a 5-year warranty that comes with the new boxes if you register it through our platform. So there's just certain things that's different now. So long answer to your question is you have to go through our process of basically, I get on a call with you, we go over CX, C series, what the requirements are to sell it, a class, demo unit. And then once you have that done, then we set you up to sell CX.
Perfect. So, and that leads us to another great question of, can you tell us a little bit about the differences between the X series and the CX series?
Yeah, so on the think of this the CSE series and now C series. So C series is a direct replacement for CSE. So CS 100, C5, CS 200 would be your C10. So if you're just wanting to do straight presentation, walk into a room, use the app, plug in the button, and then present, and that's all you want to do, that's going to be your C series. But now if you want to add peripherals in the room, add a camera, add microphones, do conference calls, that's where your CX comes in. So you have your CX 20, 30, and 50. And of course, that's something on, if you need help with design help, I can help you say, hey, this is what I would use in this conference room for, 8 to 12 people. So you would kind of think as your CX 20 and 30, as your huddle rooms to medium-sized conference rooms, something that you're still going to have, a sound bar camera combo in on it. But you would go to a 50 when you're going to look at, we're going to have microphones in the ceiling, we're going to have multiple cameras. That's when you kind of look at the 50. And we do have papers on it. You can kind of see like designs that have already been done to kind of help you say, get your feet wet of how to design these systems.
And that's perfect. So it also plays into our design services. So Joe can hook you up with our engineering team who can help you with design services, the peripherals, availability, et cetera. We're there certainly to help back that up as well. So, everything's bigger in Texas. We're providing 2 services. You should be able to get your solution right away. So that's awesome. Next question is, let's talk about the new buttons. You've got USB-C. The question comes up, can you use a USB-A adapter?
Yes. So all of our buttons now are going to be USB-C, and I'll kind of explain the old buttons were USB-A. On the CSE series, if everyone knows everything about the CSE, you didn't want to show video on it too much. The video is kind of laggy. It wasn't, you just wasn't good on the button, and I'll be the first to admit that it wasn't. Our new buttons are a 5 gig transmission rate. The old buttons were 900K, so we're a lot higher transmission rate than we were on the old buttons, which allows us to do full on, conferencing calls. You could actually watch a movie off of it and go in theater mode and actually show it, a full movie, and lip sync is perfect. So if you have any USB-A, I've bought like 10 off Amazon just to test them, just to see what's out there, because I know that's what everyone's going to do. They're going to go to Amazon, try to find a USB-A adapter. And I've tried every single one of them, and they all work. And on the buttons, even on the old ones, there's a little tether spot you could actually attach the adapter to if you wanted to. So far, I've not found a USB-A adapter that does not work.
Perfect. That's good news. I'm glad that your Amazon account's getting a good workout.
It most definitely is.
I also want to know what meetings. I don't get to attend meetings where they intend to show us movies. That's unfortunate. I need to change my meeting schedule. One of the other things is we're all coming back, and one of the other things that we're hearing that I think Barco addresses well is there's this uncertainty as to platforms. Certainly rooms are changing. What used to be maybe a 10-person room may only be a 5-person room now. Open rooms before, more private facilities where before you hit security, there's an open room guests can come into. The question becomes, what platform do we need to use? The Barco solution has coined bring your own meeting. Do you want to talk a little bit about how that works?
Yeah, so it's, as far as what we basically care about is, you can come to the meeting with your PC, use the app. You can come to the meeting, use a button, or you could, bring your iPad, Android device in and actually share content. As far as a meeting platform, we honestly don't care. Whatever platform you use, like I've never heard of one that I came across the other day called Shindig. Had no idea what it was. It was at a high profile client. I'm going, I don't even know where you found this. They plugged in used Barco with it. It was with the sound bar, and they plugged in and it automatically found the peripherals, and it worked. So the only thing that we care about is what peripherals do you use? What peripherals are certified with the ClickShare to use? if I highly recommend don't go online and find a Chinese camera with no name on it and plug it in and expect it to work. It's possible that it could, but on the certified side, we've tested the updates. Our partners have tested the updates to make sure what works. So as far as platforms go, you're free to use whatever you want to use.
See, and that's a great point, that having the agnostic approach to platforms, then I don't have to be prepared or switch hardware when someone comes in and wants to use a different platform than the one prior. That becomes really helpful, I think, in that you can use any platform. Then having that partnership is so critical right now. As things continue to change and evolve, and different applications are getting, a variety of new things that they can do, it's important that you're in lockstep with your partners. So I really like that alliance partnership, and we'll talk a little bit about that here in a minute, but having some partners that you're already in lockstep with, so there are no surprises. I hear it from education, higher ed all the time. I can't have a firmware update come out, all of a sudden half my rooms went dark. When you're in lockstep like that, it prevents those hiccups and can certainly make people's lives a lot easier that are deploying these systems. So that's a really cool feature. We have another question here about, do the new products have audio outputs?
Yes. So going in the weeds a little bit, but yes. So the CX50 has an audio out. So basically on the C series, the series does not have like a 1/8" jack that's out. So on the C series, it does pass through HDMI. So you can take the HDMI, of course, to your TV, take the audio out of your TV. So on the C series, that's how it passes. Now on the CX series, this is where it gets a little different, because this is where USB kind of changes things. Is you can present through the CX and have audio come through your HDMI, or have audio come through the audio port in the CX50. But once you go to a conference call, your CX box is now looking for USB. So now your audio does not pass through HDMI. Your audio only passes through USB, because it's looking for USB audio and USB video. So, say if you have a, Java Panicast 50, that's what it's searching for. It's searching for all your peripheral devices. It's not going to pass through HDMI. And that's something, if, off the call, if we need to go in more depth of, hey, this is why we're doing it this way, I'm more than happy to do that.
Perfect. So if someone wants to go more in depth after our town hall, or if you have more questions, by all means, you can reach out to Joe. Joe will hook you up with Jacob. You can reach out to Jacob, and we're happy to assist there. So another question that's come up, and this one plays back, I think, to getting back into the office. What if I've purchased a ClickShare button previously when they first came out? Can I use it with new conferencing systems?
So the old buttons, like the CSE 200s and the new C series and CX, are not compatible. And the reason being, there's a different transmission rate. There's different frequencies that they're using because they're more powerful. So the C series and CX buttons are both the same. So you can pass around, a CX button to a C series, and it's all the same. But you can't take a old USB-A or an old USB-C button and put it on the new units, or take the new buttons and put it on the old unit.
Okay. So that leads us to, there is a trade-in program going on. Am I correct?
Correct. So we actually have two different trade-in programs. We have a competitive trade-in program, and then we also have a ClickShare trade-in program. So what the ClickShare trade-in program is, say if you have a CSE 200, even a C1 from back way in the day, you can trade those in, and we actually take them and recycle them. And then there's a discount that's associated with that. Basically we get the serial numbers for it. The discount gets added to your deal reg, and then you can use it however you see fit. And
Joe, you're the guy who can help make all that magic happen for our customer base, correct?
Sure. Yeah, and there's a link to the portion on the Barco website that our partners can fill out as well. But I can definitely do that myself. So
And you can help them find the link and get all set and
absolutely.
coordinate them with some new gear. So that's awesome. What about, do I have to have a click share button to connect? Is there?
No, so if there is an app, so that's one big thing that some of our competitors like to say, well, you have to use the button, and that's 100% not true. So the thing about the biggest difference from a CX perspective that we do different is we give you options to use a button or an app. So if you use the app, of course, it turns into cloud-based video. So then now you're actually, you're on the same network as what the ClickShare is. And the beauty of that is say if you have a client that's like, man, I really don't want to put anything on the network. That's where we are different is you can use the button by itself and not be on the network, and you can still do conferencing. But on the app side, we have, you can do AirPlay, Chromecast, Miracast. Then you can use the ClickShare app that's on the iPads or Android. And then we also have our new app that's on the PC. So that app is actually getting a big update coming up for, extended view mode, room view mode, and, a lot of in-depth of what the app can truly do is done in our class as well. So we dive really deep on the app.
So as everybody's coming back, and I'm feeling for these IT directors, let's say I've got 50 meeting spaces, a variety of ClickShare units throughout buildings, multiple places. Do you have a way for me to manage my ClickShares?
Yeah, so we have a platform now that's called XMS. So XMS is our management platform for basically all ClickShare now. And of course, C-Series and CX is going to have some newer features than what the CSE product does, but you can manage all of them through XMS. So what XMS allows you to do is create a tenant, which a tenant would be your customer. And then you could add all your ClickShare to it, put them in meeting rooms. You can see how many need to be updated, how many are offline, online. You can actually manage your peripherals on there as well. So let's say if you have a Logitech Rally associated with a CX50, you can go in there and actually see the Rally and if it's actually functioning or not. Could save your time to actually roll a truck. It also does calendar integration as well. So what that allows you to do is if that room has a calendar Office 365 associated with it, then you can attach that to your ClickShare and now see your calendar on the screen. And it also does insights. So on the insights, you can see how long that room is being used for, how long the ClickShare was sharing, how long it was on. Some clients like it, some don't. Some like to see if that room is actually making the money or not, or people are actually using them. And the last big thing that it will do, and it will actually happen in 4 days, is our betas coming out, is our digital signage platforms. So there's 6 of them that we're actually working with that you can do digital signage through C-Series and CX. So that's going to be a really big one for us.
So that brings up a really great point for our customer base, right? The people that love Barco and love working with ClickShare Series. Is there a way they can participate with the beta program?
So there is a online form now. You just go on and say if you have a demo unit. So this is where we come in on our requiring a demo unit for each company to have and keep it in house. As we ask you to hey, go in and sign up for this demo program. I'm sorry, this beta program, and it will allow you to anytime a beta software comes out to get it on that ClickShare, test it. Submit opinions on what you like on it, what you don't like. And we can, I can give that link out to say, what you do is you go online, you hit enroll, you enter the serial number for that ClickShare, and now that ClickShare is part of beta. Of course, I don't recommend, going on a job and adding that to every ClickShare. This is just for in-house demos, so you guys can do full test. Test digital signage, test new features that are coming out, test our new dynamic mode for meetings, which will allow you to see the participants and content at the same time. So every quarter we are coming out with something pretty big.
That's awesome. So always like to be on the front side of learning the new developments, gives you a great opportunity to test them out and be well versed in it before you start pitching to clients. That's usually a great feature. So okay, we're starting to wind down, but I want to talk about the Alliance partnership. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how it works and what it means?
Yeah, so we have on our website, it's our ClickShare certified peripherals. So what that allows you to do is you can go online and let's take Logitech, for instance. You can go online and see what are we certified with? What are we certified to work with at what updates? So say if you have a Logitech Rally, it will let you know we're certified with our latest update and whatever update that they're on. So it could be, 2.09 that they have, and we have 2.10. So it lets you know what updates to keep it at. And the reason that I say that is a lot of people, I call it update happy, is they just go on, there's a new update, they always just go off and do updates all the time. Well, when you have third parties now that are, they could change something. They could change how USB flows, only search for 3.0, not 2.0. So before you go off and do updates, always check our site to make sure of what firmware is actually associated with each peripheral.
Awesome. Joe, you're familiar with these products. You can help everybody make sure that they're in line with the right Alliance partners, correct?
Absolutely. Yep. And I've got the link to share as well. So if you go to our website at starin.biz, here where it says meet your way with ClickShare Conference, it gives you the opportunity to customize a conferencing solution with Barco ClickShare and many of our peripheral partners. So you fill in your information up here, confirm your partner status. Here are our pre-configured bundles that we have built out with Logitech. We are also planning on extending these to include other partners, including Poly. So down here below, I'll just take you through basic solutions. So say you have 3 conference rooms, medium-sized conference rooms with 5 people, 6 people at the desk. You can choose your ClickShare conference, choose the quantity. So you've got 3 conference rooms. You get the opportunity to choose your audio. So for this demonstration, we'll use a Yamaha, 3 of those. Then you select your video, an AVer camera, 3 of those. And then once you fill that out, as well as any other details on this project, that'll get submitted to sales as well as myself, and we'll get a chance to review it and get back to you and help you price out these solutions. So that's a pretty cool tool that we developed. What Jacob went into earlier was the Alliance partners and all of the validated solutions. So there's actually a link up here as well. So if you click on that, that'll take you to Barco's landing page, which will identify all of the partners that are integrated and tested. So there it is. That's our Meet Your Way with ClickShare conference.
Awesome. Not only that, but I noticed, there are a lot of big brands there. Logitech, obviously, being one of them. Poly. These are all brands that I'm happy to say we do have inventory in the warehouse. So that's good news. No surprise brands there that we can't help support. So we do have everything in-house and can actually make systems start and get out in the field right away. So all good news. Joe certainly can help with all of the above. Another question about what's the distance limitation now that there are no antennas? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, so distance limitation, of course, is going to be dependent on what your space truly is, how much traffic is actually in the air. In a normal situation, you could just treat it like a normal Wi-Fi router. You're going to be 30, 40 feet. It's going to be kind of your good spot to be from a button standpoint. But now that there's no antennas as well, these boxes, one big difference between the CSC and the new boxes, there's actually a dual NIC card in them. So it actually allows you to, if there's a WAP in the room and you want to connect the ClickShare to that, you can actually wirelessly connect the ClickShare to the WAP in the room. So now you have internet and you can actually, attach the app that way or use the button that way. So there's some jobs that, you cannot put ClickShare in the actual room. So you're actually able to put that in a rack. You could put it 200 feet down the hall. So, as far as just the Wi-Fi in the box, 30 to 40 feet, you could probably go more. That's kind of my safe zone is, from a button standpoint, especially when you're doing video.
I did an Ivy League college once and had a lot of issues. Come to find out, they did celestial experiments and had this huge device in the room below us that was throwing out these crazy signals, just wiping everything out. So it's always good to know what signals are bouncing around, but not having the antennas and still being able to utilize those cards is really handy in majority of locations, right? So that's awesome. All right, so guys, thank you so much. We're coming to the end of our time today. I do believe, though, Barco was kind enough to give us a $50 gift card for one of our attendees today. And let me see, Mark's bringing us up. We do have a $50 Amazon card, which I suppose you could use to go buy some audio splitters or whatever. Today's winner looks like it's going to be Sean Watts. So Sean Watts, congratulations. Mr. Decker will be sending you a email shortly with your Amazon gift card. So congratulations on that. Last but not least, I do want to make a shameless plug. As we all get ready to head to InfoComm, a fundraiser that is near and dear to my heart. We ask if you can support, please let people know, retweet, post on LinkedIn, certainly welcome donations. But we are spearheading a fundraiser to raise money to hopefully be able to provide a service dog to a first responder or a military vet in Las Vegas at InfoComm prior to our departure. So every dollar counts. The more we can spread the word, the better. And if you make a donation, I'll probably have a special little gift for you. So if you can spread the word for us, that would be great. This is a great cause. We're working with a local agency out of Las Vegas. So with that, that pretty much wraps us up today. I want to say thank you to Jacob and to Joe. If you guys don't know these two, please get to know them. You can always reach Joe. If you don't have his email, you can reach him through my team at starin.biz. Jacob, how do people get in touch with you?
So one or two ways you'd reach out to Joe, and Joe can funnel it to me. Or we could, I could, my email is jacob.mcdaniels at barco.com. So you can
Easy.
Yeah. So feel free to reach out. If I don't answer right away, it's because I'm probably doing something like this or in a customer. So, but I will get back with you as soon as I can.
And Barco just left Enterprise Connect. I believe the next big opportunity, big trade show will be ISE in May for you guys. And then you'll be at InfoComm. So lots of dealer support in between, I'm sure. But those are the next two big trade shows that you'll find Barco at. Again, everybody, we thank you for your time. We hope you can join us next time as we will be speaking with the folks from NEAT. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.